Hi, my name is Brian with Ace Appliance in Toledo, Ohio, and welcome back to another quality video from ApplianceVideo.com. The tools needed for this repair are a flathead screwdriver and a multimeter. Whirlpool refrigerator, it's actually a Estate made by Whirlpool refrigerator. Side by side that's not producing any cold air, it's just can continue to thaw out and thaw out, and it's just blowing warm air now. So the first thing that I decided to look at is I could hear our compressor starting up for a couple seconds and kind of humming, and then you'd hear a click, and then it would shut off, and it's going to do that about every couple minutes that the compressor is going to try and start up and click off. So I came back to the compressor, and what we're hearing is the overload and relay, which is the start components of our start switch of our compressor, trying to start up, and it's not able to start the compressor. So what we're going to do is take the overload and relay off of our compressor. There's going to be a little spring clamp to release first. So we got that popped off of there, and then we can remove our overload and relay off of the compressor. You can use the flat blade screwdriver if you need some assistance to pop the overload and relay off and pull it out here. And there's going to be a connector to release. You can use a flat bladed screwdriver to get in there and pop the connector loose like that. A lot of times when these are bad, you can hear them rattling inside. This one doesn't have too much of a rattle to it, nor does it look burnt up. It still could be bad. What we're going to do is I'm going to test the compressor electrically for continuity to see if it could be our compressor that went bad. So I'm going to set our meter to audible ohms reading, resistance reading, and on the compressor here there's 3 terminals that stick out of the compressor that plug into these 3 terminals on the overload relay. So I'm going to be checking between all 3 terminals for continuity, which would mean that our windings, our electrical motor windings inside are good. We have continuity between them, so that's good. And then we're going to go from each one to ground. So it's a cabinet or a ground wire, and go from each terminal to ground. And we shouldn't hear anything. If the compressor is good, we won't hear any audible tone, so there's no continuity between ground and the terminals, which means that our terminals are not shorted, that they're good. So what we're going to do then is install a new overload and relay and see if our compressor starts up. If it doesn't start up with the new overload relay, that would mean that the compressor inside of our, or the piston inside of our compressor is bound, and it's a mechanical failure of the compressor and not electrical. Alright, so we have our new start device here, and we're going to go ahead and put it on. Just going to plug in our electrical connector, snap it in place, and we're going to install onto our 3 compressor terminals into the 3 holes here. And we're going to put our spring clamp back on. This hooks onto the hole at the bottom, and then you're going to bring it across the relay and hook onto the hole on the top. Alright, we'll go ahead and plug it back in and see if our compressor turns on. Alright, so we put our new overload relay on, and our compressor fired up and is running now. Sounds good. So at this point, everything looks good, and we're going to wait for it to cool down. Thank you for watching another quality video from ApplianceVideo.com.